Hello everyone, this is Kelly Baird of KarmicTools.com, and this is your weekly forecast for October 12th to the 18th of 2025. So our week kicks off on Monday the 13th. So Venus is going to enter Libra and immediately oppose Neptune in Aries. She enters Libra until November 6th. So now Venus values priorities, resources, love, art, beauty, culture. In Libra, which is balance, reciprocity, and relationships, is a time to restore balance within your being and develop a new sense of personal self-worth and value. This is an opportunity to negotiate or renegotiate terms of your primary relationships and determine what is no longer important to you while preparing to go deeper. If you align your priorities within your own being, as well as your primary relationships of now, then it will make next month's deep dive into the potent Scorpio energy much more productive and less debilitating. When Venus is in Libra, it is time to assess your priorities and reestablish balance with a cool head. She's in her air sign, right? What's fair, just, and worth it for you by your own definition. It is time to take an honest look at how you, your life, and choices affect those closest to you. And you want to reflect on how effective your choices actually are or have been in attracting your heart's desires. Remember, Libra is the lesson of balance and reciprocity, which must be considered before taking on the Scorpio lesson of karma and creation. Otherwise, you only create more karma and creations to clean up along the way. Venus will always remind you that you are what you attract, and you show the universe what you value by what you spend your primary resources on: time, energy, and money. So use this time and cycle to recalibrate things consciously and look for new ways of relating. That same day on the 13th with Venus opposite Neptune. So we ended last week with her opposite Saturn, integrating a new reality. Now she's opposite Neptune, and we are resetting the vision. So here we want to beware of delusions of grandeur, where your relationships, old or new, and or your finances are concerned. Basically, you should keep your true priorities in mind and you will be fine. But if you are deluded to any extent, it may be revealed at this time. It is time to balance what is truly important to you in your interactions with others and the vision for the long-term goal of collaboration. You can have an ideal romantic experience with this energy, but remember, true love takes time, hard work, and dedication, while romance tends to come and go. This energy tends to make you give and give and give in a relationship, thinking that it will inspire the other to respond in kind. But ultimately, you just end up empty-handed and drained because your motives weren't correct. You were doing it with expectations, consciously or not, which almost always will let you down. Giving with any expectation generally leads to disappointment. A better use of this energy is to focus on any kind of artistic or altruistic endeavors. Deep breath. So this is when you go to your spirit team to consult about the values and priorities of now and what's going on with your relationships and finances, and where are you perceiving correctly or not, or where do the boundaries need to be recalibrated in your relationships or your resources. It goes to both departments. And when this opposition happens at these critical degrees, we're kind of up against the wall where we have to change something. Ooh, looks like Monday the 13th is a really big day, because on the same day, Pluto goes direct in Aquarius. So Pluto in Aquarius is shifting the annual purification and transformative process onto humanity, technology, and the future for the next 20 years. Okay, so we've spent the last 16 in Capricorn doing the purification and transformative process there. Now it's shifting. This is a mixed blessing. As with all alignments, there is a light and shadow expression. The blessing of Pluto moving through Aquarius is the mass awakening of humanity on some level. The old ways no longer work, and where we have been trapped in survival mode, we now have to consider the future of the next 7 generations. Our choices directly affect them, and power is shifting from the old school controlling patriarchy, the few who want to hoard the resources and control the many, to the new school, progressive, future-oriented Aquarius that wants more community, collaboration, and equal distribution of resources to those who need it most. We get super inventive and creative when shifting big cycles like this. At a minimum, Pluto's ingress will seal the deal of utter transformation and rebirth in our own Aquarius departments. But remember, this is a low and slow kind of cooking that Pluto will do over the next 20 years. As with any healing or transformation, we have to purify first, then we can heal, then we can restore, then we can fortify. It is a process. And it is a 20-year process, so pace yourself and start paying more attention to the annual upgrades that it brings with every retrograde in your own transformative process. So we're paying attention to what happens in the sky. Pluto's a collective planet, so it's a little bigger energy to deal with on a regular or on a personal level. But when it retrogrades, it turns that power inward and allows us a little more direct access to our soul self, to our shadow work, to getting to the root of things, to purifying and distilling things back to their essence. We get an annual opportunity to do that. So we want to work that and then also track your own transformative process year by year, particularly in your Aquarius department or if you have strong Leo Aquarius or Taurus Scorpio in your chart. Another blessing of Pluto in Aquarius is that we may shift to a higher form of communal living where we share resources and are responsible for our own individual communities. This progressive energy sees the value and longevity possible when we share the work as well as the rewards. There is value to offering your own unique contribution and working together as a team for the greater good. But for the powers that be, who want clones and drones instead of critical, creative thinking human beings, this is threatening. And nothing worthwhile is ever easy or simple. This is a radical shift to a new way of working together, using technology to serve its true purpose, not run the world, but of freeing us up to be more creative individuals. This is where our innovation goes through the roof, partly by those breaking the rules and liberating old consciousness, but also partly by the old saying that need is the mother of all invention, and we need a new way that is more life-affirming and sustainable. And in order to combat some of the consumption and waste, we are going to have to literally invent new things to help us move forward. The shadow side of Pluto in Aquarius is embodied by those who would enslave us with technology, blurring the lines between human nature and the nature of technology. One operates on organic, evolutionary responsiveness, and the other is programmed and disconnected from the multidimensionality of earthly existence. How do you blend that without annihilating one or the other or both? This is the cold, detached rulers overseeing the minions that they feel entitled to control, exploit, and manipulate for personal gain. Pluto in Aquarius over the years coincides with huge battles over resources, slavery, and human trafficking, and here we are with all this up again. We must be vigilant about preventing another era of global slavery, oppression, and manual labor that allows their technologies to continue sucking Mother Earth of her resources and expanding unabated until they take over. Then we have altered the organic nature of Earth and her creatures which naturally inhabit this planet, humanity being one of those creatures, will all be altered as well. As it goes direct this year, we embark on this 20-year journey of purification and transformation once and for all. Each year when Pluto retrogrades, we get to pull inward for that purification. But now that it is direct, we should start to see the results of any shadow work that we've been able to do or any life changes we have been able to facilitate over the last 5 months. Now we will go forward and have that newly integrated power tested. Deep breath. And that 5-month period is May to October of 2025. Worth reflecting on to see what changed, what transformed, what ended, what did you realize that you were not conscious of before May. Ooh, we finally get off Monday the 13th onto Tuesday the 14th when Venus will trine Uranus. So now she's in Libra, Uranus is in Gemini, we're in the air zone, air element. This energy is bound to infuse a touch of excitement into your life, presenting opportunities to explore new avenues and intentionally immerse yourself in situations that demand improvisation or quick thinking. We are amid a phase of breaking old patterns and reshaping them into more positive and effective forms. While you can still embody your true values and priorities, there has been a shift within you. This cosmic blessing enables alignment with greater personal integrity and authenticity, which permeates everything you cherish and hold dear. Relationships might feel unusually charged. Established relationships could experience a shakeup, adding a sprinkle of extra spice, While new relationships sparked during this time may be invigorating and unconventional, yet potentially short-lived. However, this brevity is not necessarily negative. It is an ideal opportunity for experimenting with fresh ideas and new ways of expressing, discovering what truly resonates with your heart. Use this energy to soak up some good energy and rare wisdom from those who are unique, those who do things differently and live life to the fullest. So anytime any of the planets interact with Uranus, change is in the air. The trine brings this ease and grace with change around your values and priorities or your relationships and resources, which is what Venus represents. Now, mind you, Uranus and Pluto are both considered to be change agents, and she's hitting them both because now Uranus is in Gemini, Pluto's in Aquarius, Venus is in Libra. All three air signs are activated in a very potent way that is awakening our mental body and bringing things to a new level where our perceptions are concerned. And either way, we've got to change. We just thank God for the trine, which is ease and grace, because it's the same day. She hits Uranus and Pluto in the same day, Tuesday the 14th. So when Pluto enters the scene, intensity rises. Okay, it also rises because it just stationed direct. So anytime any planets slow down to go retrograde or slow down to go direct, and then it still takes them a minute to pick up their speed going in whichever direction, it makes all the interactions more intense than usual. So we're going to add that to the mix and again say that the intensity rises twice over, allowing you to perceive your soul self with heightened clarity. Venus, on the other hand, illuminates what truly matters to you, your personal values, priorities, and preferences around your relationships and resources. If change is in the air, which it is, then this harmonious alignment facilitates smoother purification and transformation than usual. So, what changes are you prepared to make? How have your values and priorities shifted in the past year? Utilize this activation to deepen connections with those closest to your heart, encouraging relationships to evolve to their own natural next levels. If you are focused on improving your relationship with money or self-worth, consider using this time for prayer or ritual to support positive change and envision a brighter future. Harness any intense emotions or poignant revelations by channeling them into art or creating a vision board, expressing the profound depths emerging from within and rising into your conscious awareness. Deep breath. This energy tends to amplify relationships and intensifies emotions, fostering a strong emotional and physical attraction toward someone else. It encourages a compelling need to express love mentally, emotionally, or physically. Such intensity can also bring deeper insights to the surface, ultimately strengthening any relationships, partnerships, or collaborations. Relationships initiated under this influence typically carry a heightened intensity with them, just as any form of creative expression will, whether artistic or otherwise. So any channel of creativity that you do, Pluto is upgrading and bringing the intensity for change on the deepest levels. It's personal, it's your feminine, it's how you receive, it's how you cultivate and nurture and contain things so that they're sustainable. This is a powerful change week. And then Sun squares off with Jupiter on Friday the 17th. And this is our last activation of the week. This potent energy urges discernment, while it also motivates you to achieve numerous tasks, so it is crucial to avoid taking on more than you can manage solo. Okay, Sun is you, the individual. Nevertheless, if you seek that extra push to accomplish tasks, this energy offers the needed optimism to expand beyond your usual limitations. It can also evoke a sense of self-righteousness, yet directing this energy inward can bring substantial benefits. Integrating your beliefs into your actions and embodying your own truth is essential. However, imposing your beliefs on others might lead to challenges, so stay open-minded and receptive, embracing a don't know attitude, as there is always potential to learn from different perspectives that could be invaluable now or in the future. So don't block your blessing. Sun is, like I said, you, the individual, and the energy that you're putting out there. Jupiter says expand that, but there might be a challenge that you have to overcome first in order to do that. So that's our week. Be sure to review the relevant reflections and upcoming events in the October monthly missive, and know that you can often find all the links that I discuss in my forecast on my blog anytime you're looking for something specific. So that would be the Astro Cycles reading. I'm starting to add some new and different readings, and or the Venus Circle, Soul Sister Circle, or Power Circle subscriptions. All of those links are always on my site or additionally linked in the blog for your ease and convenience. So join us when and where you can, reach out directly when you need to, and have a fantastic week. This is Kelly of Karmic Tools signing off.